What's going on, guys? This is VinylicPuma, back with another Fallout video, and today I figured I'd go over 10 of what I think are some of the best New Vegas themed and inspired gun, weapon, and armor mods for Fallout 4. Now, real quick, and before we start, this video is going to attempt to go over a variety of different mods from various mod authors, and in an attempt to showcase more mod authors, I'm limiting each mod author to no more than 2 entries on this list. Also, and at the time of making this video, all of the mods here should also be available on the Xbox One version of the game, so I've gone ahead and I've linked both the Nexus and Bethesda.net links for each mod in the video's description. Finally, if you discovered a mod in this video that you didn't know about, if you saw a mod here that you liked, or if you just liked this video, definitely be sure to hit the like button on this video as it really helps out the channel. But without further ado, let's go ahead here and start with number 10, and that's going to be the Sierra Power Armor by Mr. Mobius. So this mod is based off of the very same Scorched Sierra T45 armor from Fallout New Vegas that was added in that game's Lonesome Road DLC. Maybe it's just me, but I always thought this armor looked really cool cosmetically, as the quasi-purple with the green and orange highlights decorating the armor have a very striking appearance. Plus, and much like, say, Asher's tribal armor from Fallout 3, you're getting asymmetrical pauldrons here as well. However, rather than having a skull on the right shoulder, you have the NCR bear, which I always thought looked kinda cool. As for the mod itself, once installed, you can find the Sierra armor near the crashed vertibird that's in the swamps at the southern part of the map. You can also just apply a power armor paint that allows you to give any T45 armor that you have a similar color scheme. Though, if you want the more true to New Vegas look with the bear and square vent on the back, you'll need to actually obtain the armor from the location I mentioned earlier or spawn it via console commands. Now, you're not really getting any stat boosts or unique variants like some of the other mods I'm about to cover, so what you see here is pretty much what you get. Even still though, I really like the Sierra armor from New Vegas, and I'm glad that this mod got made. Number 9. The Riot Shotgun Mod. Compared to other shotguns from New Vegas, the Riot Shotgun was typically known as the one with the best DPS potential, surpassing the likes of the Caravan Shotgun, the Hunting Shotgun, and of course the various sawn-off shotgun variants that were available. Thanks to this mod, we now have the chance to use the Riot Shotgun again in Fallout 4, and overall, I've got to say that it's a pretty great feeling gun to shoot. More specifically, the Riot Shotgun boasts great fire rate and has a pretty high potential mag size of anywhere between 12 and 20. It's also got some nice customizations which improve the pellet spread, which should improve accuracy at longer distances, and compared to the vanilla combat shotgun, the Riot Shotgun has a base damage of 63 compared to the combat shotgun's 57, and this damage difference becomes more pronounced after upgrades. It's worth noting that the custom animations that you're seeing here are the result of another mod. Normally, you'll get animations that are fairly similar to the handmade rifle from Nuka World, which isn't necessarily bad, but I think you'll find that the custom animations look a bit better and at the very least help to change things up a bit. So I'll leave a link to those animations in the description of this video if you're interested. If you ask me though, this Riot Shotgun mod is a cool New Vegas inspired weapon mod for Fallout 4, and if you're looking for a new shotgun mod to try, I would definitely recommend that you install this. Number 8. The Varmint Rifle Mod by asXas. In New Vegas, the Varmint Rifle was essentially one of the very first weapons you could get your hands on. This mod, however, adds a version of it into Fallout 4 and with what I would say are fantastic results. Not only is this weapon highly customizable, allowing for potential suppressors, different sights and scopes, as well as some unique skins, but you're also getting some custom unique variants as well. In particular, and as it pertains to New Vegas specifically, this mod includes a version of the Rat Slayer with its own skin. Much like the New Vegas variant, the mod's Rat Slayer features the same notches and emblem, which is a really nice touch. Stat-wise, and much like the original, the Varmint Rifle uses 5.56 ammo, and compared to the Assault Rifle, the Varmint Rifle actually has a base damage of 42 when compared to the Assault Rifle's 34. This of course makes it a great choice for rifleman-style builds, and potentially a great choice for sneak builds as a backup to your more powerful snipers like the Gauss Rifle. In the end, it's nice to see the Varmint Rifle in Fallout 4, and once you've got this thing installed, you should be able to find it by searching at either vendors, and you can also have some enemies drop it. As for the unique variant, you can get the Rat Slayer at the Rotten Landfill location. Number 7. The Chinese Stealth Suit by Unoctium and DogtoothCG. While the Chinese Stealth Suit was more of a thing in Fallout 3, it also appears in Fallout New Vegas at the Hoover Dam. So while this mod may function more like the Fallout 3 version where you can cloak and stuff, I think it's fair to say that it's basically the exact same armor from Fallout New Vegas. After all, both games basically call it the Chinese Stealth Armor. Aside from the overall true to Fallout 3 and New Vegas look, I'd have to say that I like some of the additional customizations that can be added as well, as some of the upgrades will allow the player to potentially equip and use a bulletproof vest or armor. While this doesn't exist as a part of the originals from Fallout 3 and New Vegas, it's definitely a very tasteful inclusion on the behalf of the mod's developers. What's also cool about this armor is that you can equip various modifications that will actually change the player's attributes. For example, you can equip customizations that improve your run speed and jump height. There's a customization that emits arcs of electricity at nearby enemies when you take damage. And there's also this mod that will let you jump to and knock back enemies, sending them flying, which can be pretty hilarious to watch. Overall, this is a really awesome armor mod for Fallout 4, and once you install this, you can either spawn it for yourself via the console, or you can go to the Yanked submarine, down the left set of stairs past the captain, and past that, you should find a suit in a small room on top of some electrical equipment. Number 6. The Hunting Revolver / Ranger Sequoia mod from the Rizzler and Navarro. Even though I wasn't ever especially crazy about the Hunting Revolver from Fallout New Vegas, I have to say that I was always a pretty big fan of the Ranger Sequoia for not only its power, but also its looks. Because of that, it's really nice to see the Ranger Sequoia return via the Rizzler and Navarro's mod, and in fact, I think their reimagining of this classic is potentially even better than the original. I've got to say that it's really awesome to see the inlays kind of gleam in the light, which really ups the coolness factor. Stat-wise, and as far as both of these mods are concerned, the Ranger Sequoia has a slight base damage advantage over the Hunting Revolver, while the Hunting Revolver can be customized. More specifically, you can improve the receiver, add a muzzle brake or suppressor, swap out the barrel, and you can also change out the sight or scope on the Hunting Revolver. So in a sense, neither one totally overpowers the other, as there might be situations where it might be best to have the Ranger Sequoia, while in other situations, having access to the suppressor from a Hunting Revolver could be better. I really think this is a really awesome New Vegas style mod, and once you've installed it, the Ranger Sequoia can either be spawned in the console, or you can find it in-game at Kellogg's house in Diamond City behind his bed. As for the Hunting Revolver, it's typically received by reaching the top of the tower at Lynn Woods. Number 5. The DKS 501 mod by LtCommander. Even though it's true that this isn't solely a New Vegas mod, in that it also includes a few unique variants from Fallout 3, you are getting the Gobi Scout Rifle here and Christine's COS Rifle. And for that reason, as well as the fact that the stock DKS 501 rifle appears in Fallout New Vegas, I'm going to be including LtCommander's mod on this list. What I think is so great about this mod is that it actually ends up adding a weapon that really should have been in Fallout 4. While I can guess or understand why it was cut, since customizing the hunting rifle provides a similar result and having two snipers that were almost identical in power would have been confusing, I think I'm just glad that this mod got made because it serves as a potentially great piece of nostalgia for fans of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. It also doesn't hurt that the DKS 501 is a much better weapon, statistically speaking, than the run-of-the-mill hunting rifle, as it features a base damage of 59 compared to the hunting rifle's 42. And after upgrades, I've seen the DKS 501 reach 104 damage versus 73 on the hunting rifle, where both are equipped with 50 caliber receivers. So you're getting something that's definitely more powerful than what the base game offers, which if you ask me is a pretty good thing. At the end of the day, though, the DKS 501 mod is definitely something you should download if you're looking for some New Vegas-styled weapon mods. If you're looking for the unique variants and you've got this mod installed, the COS Sniper can be found at the very tip of the Bridwin, while the Gobi Scout Rifle can be found just outside of Natick Banks in a small house. Number 4. The China Lake / Holorifle mod by Shoeburglar, Hitman 47101, and 500 SLR. So this mod includes two weapons from Fallout New Vegas, which are the pump-action China Lake grenade launcher and the pump-action Holorifle. Just like New Vegas, the Holorifle is an energy weapon that deals some lingering damage over time, while the China Lake is basically a grenade launcher that can fire several different types of ammunition, ranging from conventional explosives to even flechettes. So you're getting a lot of variety here, and when this is combined with both the pump action nature of the China Lake and Holorifle, I think you'll find that both of these weapons can be pretty satisfying to shoot. It's also cool that this mod includes some unique parts and customizations as well, which can be purchased and found in various locations. For example, you can buy a Seeker customization from Arturo that allows the grenades to home in on enemies, and you can buy a Miniboy customization from Cleo, which turns the China Lake into a portable Fat Man. In the end, I think you'll find the China Lake / Holorifle mod is a lot of fun to play with, and while I wish the reload animations took into account how much ammo you have in the mag, I overall still think this is a great and fun mod to play with. Number 3. The BULLPUP Bozar Mod by Deadpool 2099 and Hitman 47101. The Bozar was a really cool rifle-type weapon from both Fallout 2 and New Vegas' DLC. Now, if you're familiar with the Bozar from both Fallout 2 and New Vegas, you'll know that the Bozar isn't technically a bullpup, as its magazine is located right in front of the grip. As you'll notice from both the name of this mod as well as its appearance, this is a bullpup, so I guess it's not technically 100% authentic. However, and I think compared to the other Bozar mods that I've encountered on the Nexus, this one tends to be of higher quality, and thus I decided to include it here. It's also got a Xbox One link, so that was another factor. Gameplay-wise, I'd say the Bozar definitely tends to be noticeably stronger than many of the other rifles in the game, and is borderline overpowered. Though, I think you'll find that dedicated rifles like the Gauss rifle as an example do tend to be stronger, so if you're looking for a high-powered sniper, the Bozar doesn't totally outpace everything in the game. I'll also say that I did really like one unique variant that I found, which is called the Azrael. The weapon paint on this thing is really cool, and it's got a wounding effect, which is pretty overpowered considering that the Bozar itself is also pretty overpowered. Overall though, I'm pretty happy with this mod, and while it's not 100% authentic to the original Bozar, I do think it's a really good New Vegas inspired mod. Just keep an eye out for these after level 30 during your playthroughs, provided you have the mod installed. Number 2. The NCR Ranger Veteran Armor by DogtoothCG and Unoctium. There's a pretty good chance that you're familiar with this mod already. After all, it's one of the most famous armor mods for Fallout 4 with more than 26,000 endorsements on the Nexus as of the making of this video. I'm also sure you're familiar with what the NCR Ranger armor is in the first place, as it's basically the armor that appears on the cover of Fallout New Vegas. What I really like about this mod, though, are the potential upgrades you can acquire and how they can really change the look of the armor. This goes beyond the simple color changes that you can get from most armors in the vanilla game, and instead actually alters the Ranger armor's appearance. You can also alter the color of the visor light as well. For example, the infrared visor will allow you to customize it to make it look red, and with the night vision visor, you can get it to look green. Damage resistance wise and compared to vanilla game items, this armor is definitely pretty decent. I've seen it get into the mid 200s fairly easily with some of the higher damage resistance upgrades, and this is actually pretty good and is about on par with a ballistic weave outfit with some armor pieces. So you should be getting pretty decent defenses out of this armor should you choose to download the mod. Ultimately, this is a great New Vegas inspired armor mod, and you really should download it if you haven't already. Once it's installed, and in order to obtain this armor, just visit Kellogg's house in Diamond City. And for our final entry, number 1, the Service Rifle Mod by Deadpool 2099, the Shiny Haxorus, and Friends. So this mod was based on Deadpool 2099's very own Assault Carbine plus Service Rifle mod, which was pretty popular early on in the mod scene for Fallout 4. However, and unlike the original, the new Service Rifle mod now combines the New Vegas Service Rifle, Assault Carbine, and Marksman Carbine all into one weapon. So you can now get an interesting cross between, say, both the Service Rifle and Marksman Carbine in terms of appearance, or you can get an interesting cross between maybe the look of the Assault Carbine and the Service Rifle. Beyond that, though, there are a slew of other cool things as well. For example, you can alternate receivers to accept totally different ammo types from the stock 5.56, with the 9mm receiver accepting 38, which makes the service rifle kind of look like an SMG, or you can get a 7.62 receiver, which makes the gun look like an AK hybrid. I think my favorite thing about this mod, though, is that it includes a number of uniques that the player can find throughout their journey. Some New Vegas favorites return, such as the All-American and Survivalist Rifle, but you can also get some new and interesting ones like the Adam's Glory and Accelerator, which have radiation damage and Gauss rifle type properties, which are really cool to mess around with. In general, though, the Service Rifle mod, both in its old and new forms, has been pretty awesome, and it's a highly recommended download for me. Deadpool 2099 and company did a great job with this mod, and I have to say that it's my #1 favorite. Otherwise, guys, I think that's going to wrap up this particular video. As always, like this video if you liked it, click the bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos, and as always, and again, thank you all so much for supporting this channel. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.